Something's happening.
Welcome, everyone, to day 12 of the Brew Crew Podcast Advent Spectacular. What a special treat I have for everyone. We are 18 minutes into day 12, and I am brought to you by the two biggest fans that we have of the podcast, Chuggalo Stev, I don't know what he's drinking, and Chuggalo Mike. Please say hello to the people, everyone.
Go ahead, Mike.
All right. So, hello, everyone. We're repping the Wisconsin. We're trying to all, since we're so big fans, we're trying to be the Matt fan club here. We got the headbands and everything. Got my Wisconsin beer here with my Wisconsin shirt. So
fantastic.
Well, I definitely have been one up then because I'm just drinking Blapple.
I had a couple Blapples this evening. There's no shame in that. No,
still in the
D20
hoodie though.
You gotta rep Chuggalo Step. Question before we get to the beer, because there's not going to be a lot to talk about with the beer today. What was with cinching down your? Are you being trafficked? What was with cinching down your hoodie earlier today?
So I don't know. I got beat up.
Excellent. It's great for a podcast when you say I have no clue.
You know,
get you some.
I'm not quick on my feet like that.
Improv training. Well, that's why we do the pre-production.
Yeah. All 10 seconds of it.
Oh yeah.
The pre-production was I'm clicking record.
Stev, I'm about to ask you about your kneecaps and maybe about your wardrobe. Okay, I'm gonna hit the record button. 3, 2, 1, go.
We're on the ball now.
Wardrobe. Let's see. It's very casual. All hoodies and shorts with at the most inseam is 5 inches.
Stev,
that's
interesting.
It.
I just wanted to let you know that I anticipated you being uncomfortable during this, so I thought I would make you comfortable. I'm gonna put on
my fucking God.
I'm gonna put on my chef jacket.
Now you're a chef? Damn.
I'm a chef. So
Jason Heffler.
Where did you get that?
So feel free, like you can talk to me like a peer.
Oh, yes, chef.
Yep. No. We're both chefs, so you can just like come at this is legitimate. This is a chef jacket that I got.
Stev, you often see chefs with the bandanas and headphones. It looks legit.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a sweat thing, so
Skyped in to a Zoom meeting. I don't know.
So, Stev, as always, feel comfortable. Just be you. As I put earlier on your video, once a chef, always a chef. So feel free. You're amongst chef.
All right. Yes, chef.
All right.
I've taken it upon myself to try to find the menus on these restaurants and be like a nitpicky asshole about them.
That's what we need. That's your gimmick.
But the last 3 places don't have kitchens.
Yeah, I guess that could be a problem.
Butcher in the Brew. Yeah.
So today, and it's ironic that we're doing this beer right after midnight. All of us are going to be cracking Daybreak because we are breaking the new day. Fuck time zones, because let's be honest, Eastern time zone's terrible. So this is from Wolf's Ridge. This is a cream ale, coffee vanilla at 5%. And gentlemen, let's go with the crack. Let's talk. 3, 2, 1.
Oh shit! I nutted on a camera.
God, that's the best.
Did I say that out loud?
No, I'm a chef. You're a chef. We can talk about that.
We can talk shop like that. That's all right.
Your stick is koozies. I'm doing the mug.
Throwing it, yellow koozie, yellow shirt. Boom.
Damn, I can smell that coffee already.
I brought the butt drugs koozie back. So
love that koozie. I'm willing to pay money for that. We'll talk about that Tuesday when I offer you money. Bring it Tuesday. So for long-term Chuggalos, we actually did this on the podcast. So we did this on episode 101. This was in August of 2020. So I don't want to steal too much of the energy from you guys. This is potentially the first time that I know it's the first time that Chuggalo Mike's had it. But Stev, have you had this beer before?
I have not. But part of me feels like Wolf Ridge has done like many cream ales. And so maybe I'm getting it confused with like other cream ales that I've had from them.
Yeah. This one has a lot of awards. It has 2019 Silver Coffee Beer Award and the 2020 Gold Coffee Beer Award. And that's why, I feel the way I do about it.
It's a lot of accolades.
That's Chuggalo Mike tipping his hand.
What do you got to say about it, Stev?
So it's definitely coffee forward. I don't get a ton of vanilla, and a lot of dead air. So I'm sure that's good for pod.
No, it was an audible, like I could hear the glug. So I'm gonna carry that,
but it's decent.
We'll figure out that energy though.
It's just really one note. I mean, it's creamy without it being like that lactose creamy. Just like typical of a like cream ale. It's just like 75% cream ale with like a splash of coffee on the top. So like the alcoholic version of like a coffee you would get at Starbucks. It's like 75% like milk and ice, and then like it's like a shot of coffee.
Yeah.
I don't like Starbucks. Hot take.
Wow, I thought you were the coffee fan, and now
I like coffee.
Starbucks?
Don't get me wrong, I like coffee, but Starbucks?
Not the Starbs fan, huh?
Starbucks is like D tier.
Okay. Whoa, they're low.
Oh, just bottom of the barrel there.
Yeah.
I have a lot of coworkers that would fight you over that.
So my immediate supervisor at work actually gets mad at me every time she brings me coffee.
Is his name Todd?
Her name is Heather.
Oh goodness. Can't trust her.
That was close.
Yeah.
It was a good guess, though. Good guess, chef.
Yeah, I guess I have. Now that Matt's distracting everyone, I have the true cream ale, for the Wisconsinites out there.
That is the one, yeah.
To compare it to, and I would have to agree with Stev. It's kind of the cream ale with a splash of coffee, which just gives it that tainted coffee taste.
Yeah.
Does the appearance do anything though for you, Mike? Like, because you always pour it into a glass, and you have multiple glasses. Does it change anything for you? Like when you?
Yeah, I think you get a little bit more of the aromatics. You don't get that weird metallic can taste if you're trying to drink from a can. And then sometimes you can see little floaty things in it. You can tell that it's filtered or unfiltered, or if there's cocoa nibs floating in there or whatever. So I kind of like to see what's up.
What is up?
The interesting and what I appreciate about this, so it is coffee, and the name Daybreak and everything like that. A cream ale. So, full transparency, if you're not going to go back and check out our episode from August of 2020, episode 101, which is available on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast, is the coffee just lingers all the taste of the cream ale. So a cream ale typically leaves your palate crisp and refreshing. The coffee lingers on your palate. I don't know if the vanilla retards like the bitterness, and that's why they put it in there. If they do that, that's an educated decision. With this, and I gave it a 4.25 back here, but wow. comparing this, because it was a good flavorful cream ale, and that's what they advertise it as. And the funny thing is the alcohol content, it feels like it could be much more weighty than what it is. It comes in at 5%. So this is, below where it could be, but right where it is with cream ales. So I'm probably going to fall back off of that, 4.25. I'm going to give this a 3.75. Again, it's just a complicated and has a little more resonance cream ale than what you would normally expect. It's no Spotted Cow. That's like, more of a farmhouse, more of a traditional, and we talked about farmhouse earlier yesterday. But I like what they did here. They didn't fail, But again, coffee in this just overpowers like the smoothness and viability of a cream ale. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, it does say it's a light-bodied cream ale, and then it nailed that. But like you said, it won a coffee award in 19 and 20, so very coffee forward. And if you've listened to any of these, I don't like coffee, so I'm gonna go with 2.25. Not a fan.
Excellent.
I think this one's good. I also did see here down at the bottom it's featuring One Line Coffee, which I'm assuming matters to somebody in Columbus.
I love it. Matters to somebody.
I enjoy I know Sonder has their own like coffee roaster in house. I know Crooked Handle like to collab with This Guy's Coffee, which is literally what it's called. So I always think it's kind of cool to see like breweries collabing with places that aren't other breweries. Mm-hmm. But to agree with everybody's sentiment here, I mean it's one note. It's just coffee and creamy. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. It's good. I mean, I could see having a 6-pack of this, but like I wouldn't drink more than like one at a time. I've had better coffee, like pale ales or coffee, whatever.
Yeah, and that's where I think it falls flat for me. I don't mind the coffee flavor too much when it's in a stout, but if you put it in a light beer, it just takes over, and that's all you taste.
It's interesting. I have a question that came from that, and I want a question that's opposite of this because it's not often that you get this diversification of beer thoughts available. So, Stev, you said, and maybe you misspoke, so I apologize at this late hour if that's the case. You've had better coffee pale ales.
Yeah,
is that a misspeak?
No, that is 100%.
Really, a coffee pale ale? I'm excited to hear.
Let me pull it up on Untapped. I actually have some of it down in my basement, but it's called Perfect Stranger. I don't know how to spell on the fly.
PERFECTST. No, is
well,
that...
I'm used to write like shorthanding everything when it comes to writing data. So Perfect Stranger. Collaboration from the Brew Kettle and Hoof-Hearted Brewing Co. It's a coffee pale ale.
Jesus.
Boom. Look at I just became Stev's friend the other day.
There she be.
4.5. Dang. Very good.
Stev, that's how you know he's a good friend.
That's a true homie right there. So the first time I had this was like a pickup at D20, like during like peak COVID. And I just thought it was going to be those like one-off beers that it's like, I'll never have this again. And it was fucking good. But I was at the crispy crunchy shell that JT is in love with.
Crispy crunchy shell.
However,
I want to go there.
I've never seen him there, so I can't until I see him there, I doubt how faithful he is to crispy crunchy shell.
I doubt a lot of things, but it's important to bring this up.
But so I caught it at Crispy Crunchy Shell, like when I was filling up gas like 2 weeks ago and found a 6-pack of it. And I was like, yeah, I'll fucking get that one. So I've already had 2 more of them since I got home or since I've had them like recently. And it still holds up. Like it just does something to me. And I like that.
And that's important. So like I had a question, you provided an answer. I have a question for both of you guys. I'm going to let you guys go first because it happened to me tonight. Unless you need me to go first while you think about it. So have you ever provided a beer to a friend and this beer has a lot of gravity and a lot of resonance and you're like, hey, sit on this beer for a matter of time, and they crack it right there in front of you and it was room temperature? I'm going to give you an example. I know I was going to let you think about it, but think about it during this. So I had friends over tonight and his wife.
Oh, sick invite.
Yeah. Cracked. His wife, I gifted him 120 minute, and it had a couple of years on it, and I gifted it to him. And I go, have this beer when you have a significant piece of meat or a significant meal. And he's like, yep, sounds good. Put it in his fridge. A couple of weeks later, his wife cracked it just randomly and drank it when he was asleep. Have you ever gifted some beer to a friend like that? And it wasn't appropriately consumed, or you were disappointed by the opportunity that the individual consumed
the reaction to that. Yeah.
So I bring this up because I went to correct that situation. So I brought him a 120 minute from this year, from 2021, and I sat in front of him and I go, hey, sit on this. And what does he do?
Cracks
He's
it
got
immediately.
half a beer sitting in front of him. I went up and went to the bathroom, and I came back and he's drinking it.
Fuck.
Yeah, you said it was that. Matt was kind of tipped me off to the story before this, and he said that it was room temp too. I was like, ooh
room temperature.
That's a heavy one for room temp. Yeah,
Buckaroo. That's a
love the guy. You know, late 50s, just took an absolute punch to the mouth. So he's like, oh, was this supposed to be chilled? Sticks it in the freezer for the next 45 minutes and was like, oh, I'll just drink the rest of it.
Oh, baby girl, what is you doing?
I have actually done that with the 120 because I wanted to drink it, and I thought of it after the fact, and I put it in there, and it actually did get some ice crystals, and it froze, and it tasted awul. So I can't imagine what this guy, because it was like New Year's Eve, so it was like a good situation to break it out. But I didn't have the foresight to do that. So me and Kufner, like, we were drinking this, and he's like, "Oh, this is great." I was like, "Oh, it just tastes awful after it's frozen." But to go back to your question, if I've done that before, I'm pretty sure I've only gifted you and Seth and maybe OC some beer. So no one's ever been that rash about it.
Yeah, Stev, anything on your end? Anything like Providence?
Gifting beer to me is definitely one of those things that happens pretty regularly. In my friend group, I'm definitely the most adventurous craft beer drinker. I've got a lot of friends that only stick to Busch Light or stick to St. Bernardus or the fucking weird German purity law beers.
Hey, Jim, here's a Busch Light from 2017.
Right. I've keistered it since then. It's got dust on the can.
It was under the floor bed of my truck, my pickup.
Right. So there have been many a times where I've told, I've recommended friends to pick get X, Y, and Z off the tap list or that. So it's I haven't given anybody anything that I have personally cellared, because I know they won't appreciate it. And I know that sounds super pretentious, but
this is the non-pretentious podcast.
This is the least pretentious podcast.
Non-pretentious advent calendar.
You don't warm up your stouts and you don't pour it in a cup, so I'm the pretentious one.
I don't even own cups.
Stuff in the cup.
So good. Screw cups. Who needs those?
Yeah.
You don't want dirty shit.
So it's super. It's very similar to when you recommend your friends music, and you're like, oh, this is a good part, and then they just sit there
they got nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's oh, this is my favorite fucking song.
Mike and I listen to the same music, so that's easy.
Well, that's cool. So Deftones.
Yeah, I'm a bigger fan than he is, but I mean, we have other things, but we're the same. There's a
genre style kind of things.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I know we listen to most of the same things. I mean, I'm sure I'm listening to some weird shit that you probably wouldn't enjoy, but
yeah, decades apart will do that, Or
that's
good. Time literally is a constant.
Oh goodness. I had this conversation. I echoed it, and people are gonna watch this before they listen to the comments, but this is a part of the magic of the calendar. And I had an amazing closing 6 minutes ago, and I was like, oh, I should write this down, and I had nothing in front of me.
Usually you're good for that.
Yeah, usually I'm good, Good.
I'll buy you a new planner for Christmas. Don't worry. That'll be day 25.
Hell yeah, Christmas.
You guys laugh. My planner just came in the mail when we were having our game night, but I've been carrying this for years, so it's but my new dates came out.
It is fancy.
As I'm searching for the exit. But gosh, this was folks, this was day 12. And it's gonna leave me, and I'm leaving on a crashing jet plane because I can't remember. So, Stev, any closing thoughts?
Quick look at Wolf Ridge. I forgot the brewery's name. Wolf Ridge's menu. It's pretentious. It's like hoity-toity brewery food.
It's important. I love that you're coming with your gimmick. I'm gonna go with the food. That's what Stev said. Mikey with the pour.
Fucking $10 for pickled eggs. Get real.
Mikey, those pickled eggs at Third and Vine, were they not divine?
But we had deviled eggs. Pickled eggs is something different.
Deviled eggs are the shit. I eat my body weight in deviled eggs.
Stev, they put smoked roe on the deviled eggs. Deviled eggs are perfect by themselves. The smoked roe,
that's hot.
Buttery, decadent.
I was telling a few people about that, and they didn't seem too keen on that, but it was good.
Yeah.
Idiots. No. Mikey didn't seem too keen. I go, just stick this in your mouth.
Yeah.
Stick. And he was, because we had eaten so much food.
But no, I am not pleased with this menu. $15 for a fucking pretzel.
That's ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
I'd pay it. I love pretzels.
Pork rinds in a bag. I love pork rinds. Don't get me wrong. It's just bag pork rinds. Most of this stuff looks like, and I mean, it's Columbus. I'm sure they charge a premium just based on
big city,
the median income, but no way. McDonald's has $1 menu. I'm cool.
And that's Chuggalo step with. Does it make sense to order this versus the McDonald's $1 menu? No,
not today. Not at Wolf Ridge.
Excellent. Well, I am looking forward to any other day because now we're out of coffees on the menu. So hopefully we'll get some better scores from me. Sorry about the whole coffee nonsense, but that's it from Mike.
After day 13, this calendar gets hot.
I'm looking for there's some fire.
It gets
on
hot.
This list.
Yeah. I'm really glad Stev could join us today. That was awesome. I think we should do this again
every midnight for the rest of the month.
I could probably pull that off, but Matt will be definitely sleeping.
Yeah, Mikey's always up. So I will be on vacation starting with the 18th, so I can do the 18th forward.
Okay.
But we get hot. We're coming out of the doldrums. Tomorrow is not going to be a fire, but after the 14th forward, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to. I stopped at Barrel House yesterday and today. I'm looking forward for
yesterday and today.
I did. I literally did. Both on the way home from work.
Stev, we're 45 minutes into today, and you've been on this call the entire time. When did you go to the Barrel House?
You're a liar.
Hey, it's still before midnight in Central Time. I'm just playing nice here for Matt.
Yeah, no. So yesterday, I was Barrel House. I picked up some pretty good stuff.
I went to Pat. So
I mean, I don't know what the plan is on Tuesday after the podcast, but there could always be some additional things brought over.
Go home and pick up my kids. That's the plan.
Well, never mind.
But all right. So I just wanted to eclipse. I think I'm cutting out. Hopefully that's it. But that's it for day 12.
The gang's all here.
Yes.
Day 12
of the calendar.
12.
Cheers.
12/21.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Till next time, peeps.
Ding.